So we got this Prevost bus coming back in. We worked on it about a year ago. We did an inspection on it, and then the owners of that bus have since sold it to new people. So the new guys are bringing it in for us to take a look at it. And it's been about a year since it's been here. I did tell them to go slow on the hill climb just because there's so much dust right now because we haven't had rain. As I pulled him into the shop, I was just doing a walk around and I noticed the broken rim on the back here. So this aluminum rim is definitely broken. Let's look at the back of it for cracks. Even more. I don't see any more. Both front wheel seals are leaking on this. We replaced these wheel seals a year ago. We took everything off and looked at it. They're not installed wrong. The rubber came out of them though when we were removing them. So even though we put these on for a different owner, there's no charge for the seals, and then we ate an hour of labor on each one as well. Because we put them on a year ago. We didn't mess anything up. There must be something defective with the seals, what I'm guessing, but who knows? So we'll put new ones on. We confirmed the right part number per the VIN number. Everything fit right. We test fitted the new ones. So hopefully it was just a bad batch of seals that we had. There's some odd pitting inside of the brake drums. This is a front brake drum here, and it looks like maybe it was rust or something, but it's not rusty. But it's definitely a pitting like that. And there are some heat checking cracks and stuff, but nothing that travels super far inside here. They're not really deep. This is just something we're going to want to keep an eye on the brake drums. But you can see the surface has some very weird imperfections in it, where it's not flat and smooth. If we had a brake lathe, it would be awesome to be able to turn these. But here you can see the heat checking. They're not super long. They're not super deep. But this is definitely something for us to keep an eye on. Is that the biggest one?
I think so.
Well, when we told the tire shop we needed a new aluminum rim, they didn't have Alcoas. We needed a 22.5 rim, and I didn't specify Bud. We only used Bud wheels from them, but I should have said it and I didn't. So when they changed it, they didn't even notice at the tire shop they put on a hub-centered wheel instead of a stud. So they ordered us the correct Bud one. It's going to take a couple days to get in. So if you're ever ordering a wheel, make sure you're specific about being stud piloted or hub piloted. So this video is sponsored by Oukitel. They sent us this power station here. So this is a solar power station. You can charge it either off of a wall outlet or off of solar panels. The solar input on it is a standard MC4 connector adapter that comes with it. And you can do anywhere from 12 volts to 120 volts of DC up to 1,000 watts. That's 15 amps that you can charge with the solar on it. You can also plug it into a regular household outlet and charge it. And then you can, if your outlet doesn't support a lot of power, you can dial in there's two different settings there. So high-speed charging or just a regular charge mode. It puts out 2,200 watts of power. And it stores 5,120 watt hours of energy. So that means you can run something, if it runs 1,000 watts, you can run it for a little over 5 hours with that. It's got wheels on it. You can cart it around. There's a handle that pulls out on the bottom there, so you can lift it and carry it around kind of like a dolly cart. It does have a 30 amp receptacle on it, as well as the household 20 amp ones. And then plenty of DC outputs for USBs, USB-C, and then traditional 12 volt DC outlet as well there. It's got a nice LED readout on it. And we've used this on several projects here on the property, charging batteries to running a hot air dryer, heat gun, and we've definitely put it to the test, charging up to like 2,100 watts on it, and it does just fine. So again, this is sponsored by them. Check us out. We'll put a link in the description. As with anything, feel free to research it before you make any purchases. I do have another Oukitel smaller one that we've had for a couple of years around here too. So this is a decent product, but please research it, and thank you to them for sponsoring it. And right now we're doing about 790 watts, charging 50 amps into the batteries at 12 volts. You can turn this up to 200 amp to supercharge them to start. It's going into 3 group 31s. And that brings this up to an output of over 2,000 watts. And it can handle that continuously. Okay, now I'm going to use a heat gun. And I don't remember how many watts this is. That's on high power. So yeah, we're pulling 2,000 watts out of there. Okay, back to the bus here. One of the things, we're discussing oil pressure with the owner, and he's only seeing oil pressures around 50 PSI going down the road. And this is a 92 series. It should be much higher, 65, 60, 65-ish. And we're not seeing those kinds of numbers on the dash gauge. The mechanical gauge here in the back is not operational, so we can't tell which gauge is right. So we're going to put a new mechanical gauge in the back, and then we're going to compare the two gauges and see if it's just a discrepancy with the electronic gauge up front. Okay, go ahead. So we're on about a little 42, 43 maybe?
Maybe 50 there.
Take it up a little higher. You're kind of maxing out. Okay. Let me go in the back and do the same recording. I guess the good news there is that the oil pressure is actually really good on the bus and the engine, so that's good. But the dash gauge is definitely about 15 PSI low. Okay, so yeah, click it to rear run, and then you can hit the starter button.
Oh, you want me to push the button? Everybody's staying so far back?
I'm just standing back for video.
Try not to be out of the video.
Watch the belts. I'm not sure why, but with the rear start, tons of black smoke was pouring out of the exhaust on there. We restarted it from the front and it never did that again. We put new fuel filters in it too, so we're going to start it here after putting new fuel filters on. rev it up a little bit a few times just to work on the... Okay, we finally got the new Bud wheel in. That took an extra few days. Nobody stocks those apparently anymore. Everybody had hub piloted wheels, not stud piloted wheels in stock.
Scratch it.
Their profile even looks exactly the same. You gotta raise the jack up. Lefty tighty.
Mm-hmm. Which can I use though?
Hmm?
You know which can I use though?
Oh.
Put the little threaded piece in there and they don't line up with this.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like add up perfectly.
This is 1991 Marathon Prevost XL 40-foot motorhome.
So that's the captain's chair.
It's all stock around there though. You just got the little extra steering wheel home office there.
Yeah.
Captain's chair. Does the floor slide out here or what is...
Yeah.
Oh, it comes out from there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you don't like having your feet dangling there, right?
No. And for a while we didn't know how to operate the thing. But we finally figured it out. Made life a lot easier. So I like the kitchen arrangement. It's like I can actually cook and not have to. It's functional. It's functional.
Yeah. You have a lot of room to turn around there too, and then the dinette's close by.
Right. Right. And I don't have to put my pots and pans all different places. Like it's all here.
Does the dinette, that can be turned into a sleeping space too, or no?
I don't think it does.
No?
It's fixed to me.
Okay. Some of them, like the table goes down and yeah, I like the warm colors. Similar shower to that other one.
The bigger shower, it's like you have room to move. And you have the medicine cabinet there, and that's just a regular mirror.
Ah.
There's like way too many mirrors in here, but it's nice. We'll make it work. So this is the good one.
Yeah, just enough room to get around the bed, but not much more.
Right, right. But I can actually make the bed.
Yeah.
The drawers don't open all the way because they'll bump against the bed, but you can get to it. That's all closet.
We did our bed two different. Once we tried it up against the side wall, and making the bed was impossible because you could never get around to the one side. And so with room on both sides is nice.
Mm-hmm. At night we can turn on the moon lighting or the star lighting, and it's just enough light to see. The moon lights are a little bit brighter or something.
And then some of your windows open for ventilation if it's a nice day.
Yep. I like the partition here because I can close this, and this is pantry. All this stuff is pantry, and what's on that side belongs on this side. So.
Yeah, if we're only wanting to run one air conditioner, that's pretty convenient.
Right before you get to the door, I'm going to have you stop, okay? Just when you get really close. You're good. You're good. Yep. You got it. You're good. You got 6 inches on both sides. You're good. Threading the needle, huh?
It's better going out than in.
Start cutting your wheel. We don't want to run over your thing here. Let's see how we do. I think you're okay. You're good. You're going to clear it. You cleared our truck. You're doing good. Why don't you pull up towards the dozer?
Now or back a little more?
You can go back a little more. That's good. Okay. Cut your wheel pretty hard. Straighten your wheel out a little bit. There you go. Okay. Cut it hard again. We're going to watch out for this tree though, but keep going. You got it. It's deceiving, isn't it? Yeah. You're looking great. You're clear up here. Totally good. You can go a little more. Start cutting your wheel. There you go. So the new owners only live like 30 miles away, so we didn't do a test drive with them. Just their trip home was their test drive. If they reported any issues, they could come back. Just save them some time.